Granny spry?
Are you spry? Let me fix you some sandwiches.
Does your daddy have a safe?
Need money to fix your sleigh?
Exactly.
Hell yeah. All right, what do we got? We have this roadmap to look at, right? The soybean tweet or truth post, and then whatever the fuck this was, AI bubble, Japan fears, what have you. Okay, there's a bullish and a bearish argument here. Okay, this could be the first sell, the second sell, and the third sell condensed in, and a bottom could definitely be in. Okay, fantastic. However, we need to treat this with the utmost, just be weary here. The reason is we have ghost candles and phantom prints both. We got a ghost candle on SPY down to 620 now. Not only do we have 635, but we got 620. It is actually 619, 91 and 71. Okay, those are phantom targets. We're gonna put them in. We got ghost and phantom. It's a long fucking way down. Okay, even from here. So we got alerts all or targets down here, right? You need to be aware of that. That means that this could have been cell number 1, cell number 2, and you're about to get cell number 3. It is highly, highly, highly probable and possible. Okay? Now, the fear is high still, as we've seen. It dipped down to 8. I think April was 4. This is still, it's deep down there, right? So, even though I'm in some Monday calls here, just because Friday was a little bit bullish, that does not mean that I'm not getting the fuck out early on next week, okay, and continuing to scalp. There's let's start with the short term, right? We had great moves on Friday. The last premium move did not make it. And to put things into, remember we had 664s here, and I had 665s for Monday, and these 664s ripped over 1,000%. Like, that's what you're out for, okay? You don't need to be sitting in this market with a VIX that is acting insane. Why is the VIX acting insane? Well, let's take a look. You got this trend line from when Besant said the VIX would never go past 60 again, coming down, hitting that October level. We actually closed on that trend line. That's not the problem. The problem is if the VIX has changed range, which means you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of elevated VIX. So you either get a move this week where the market absolutely rips and you get nice premium juice on the VIX crash, or you're stuck with these insane premiums, which makes trading that much more harder, because there's a huge difference in if you're successful or not. But I think our unorthodox approach in this market has really paid off. We actually had a great week. And if you're trading this and you're not dead yet, first of all, congratulations. And if you're making money in this market, you could almost, entertain slapping yourself on the back and calling yourself an elite trader, because this shit's not easy, okay? But we're in here trading it without fear, which is exactly the spot you want to be. You need to have 90% cash at all times and scalp this. I mean, let's say enter here, but you didn't exit here. Here you lost all your money. Then you get another chance. Now, boom, you're done. Okay, the time choose through these contracts. So, what could happen Monday? The reason I had this drawn here is this could, you move over here, be a head and shoulders pattern. So when I saw that end of day Friday, I reminded myself to put it on there. Like, if we can't get going over these levels, we're going down. Absolutely. Now, you have these mammoth ghost candles to the downside, right? We not only have our target down here, but now we have new ones here. So all of these are phantom or ghost candles. That's a lot to the downside. What we have to the upside, this is debatable if we have checked this off. We have that one, we have that one, and then we have the ultimate target here. So this could get super fucking crazy is the whole thing I want to instill in you. Now, that guy keeps moving all over the place. There's a few things here. There's December 4th is the end of this wedge, and it's also showing a 4-hour Gann window right there. So as you can see here, if we apply this Gann window, the first window was a sell, second was a sell, third was also a sell. I cannot remember a time where all of these were a sell. So we're gonna keep an eye on this and see if we can catch a bounce here. And maybe this one is a final resolution to the upside. And I think they front run most of this Fed decision, right? So things to keep in mind. As far as Bitcoin, yeah, it's up a little bit. I hope this rips to 90,000 here so that I can collect on my calls. I'm going to be in and out in this market. It is very fucking important that you don't sit in anything. It is very important that you pick and follow premiums within range. And I like the approach. I'm sure most of you have noticed. I trade 1 DTE. I watch the premiums, I watch the 20s, I watch the chain on my phone, I pick the levels, I watch the break even, all that good shit. Otherwise, you're trading absolutely blind in this market, okay? When you're scalping this, what you want to do is you want to buy the fear and you want to sell the FOMO. Essentially, you're buying shit to sell to people who are programmed to trade on waiting for confirmation. I'm gonna repeat myself. What you're essentially trading in this market is you're buying the fear and you're selling that shit to people who are programmed with wanting confirmation before they enter a trade. So you buy the stick of dynamite on Bollinger Pierces only, and you fucking sell that shit on the Bollinger Pierce. If you sit through this, then you're screwed. Now, it works most of the times. It doesn't always work. It didn't fucking work here end of day on Friday. It didn't. So you can also apply this to all time frames, obviously, and usually you will see what is a high and a low. Here's a perfect example. There's a low, a pierce of the hourly Bollinger Band, and there's the high, there's the pierce. Now, a lot happens in between, but as a rule, that is why I don't think this is the final low. You'll get this is some this is not a low. And if you can start putting in, I'm leaving all these and it looks like crazy town with all these trend lines, but they have really helped me. So you mean to tell me that we've left this trend line, we've gone through, this is fucking support, you start coming up, that you go from here all the way down there on no fucking news, pretty much, right? So when this sells, this is why volatility will increase. Look, this is still a valid trend line. Look where it's at. I think it's too steep. This trend line will die on Monday if we don't hit 619, right? So then we can scratch that. Then we move to this. This trend line probably gets retested at some point. So we are going to take the liberty to extend that. And this week, early on in the week, this coincides with another downside target. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are going to be tricky Ricky. Okay, Thursday is off, Friday is a half day. I am looking, if the sky is fucking falling, I am looking to long some shit this week. Okay? I will be looking at Meta. Okay? Now again, hasn't pierced any fucking Bollinger Bands here. Where is that Bollinger Band? It is right there in the gap. Can Meta sell $50 in 2 days? Yes, it's more than capable. Keep cash at hand. You could absolutely, if the fucking shit is falling this week, and this is the starting point of fear and greed, and you're supposed to have this VIX candle still happen, you're gonna catch some deals this week. Now again, market's not too bearish, it's mostly tech being hit. JPM at 300 is not bearish. Question is that a bottom? Probably is, because that was, and these can start its grind up to 330, right? So again, pick what you want to get. Meta, I mean, for this OPEX, for 12.19, I believe OPEX is, you have a lot of shit way higher on these tech names. Okay, Nvidia 180. Dudes, if this spot cannot reclaim, because it's tried already, this shit's going down. Needs to reclaim that. You can't just have that be a triple support and not reclaim it. A lot of charts, that's why I'm also pointing out death downside here, because a lot of these charts are now broken if they cannot recover this week. That's a Bollinger Pierce. That's a bottom on Nvidia, just like that was. But as you see, 333, 333, right? You're dealing with this absolutely psychotic algo, 333, 333, 333, 333. But it's picking up speed. Now, you do have a nice stow bottom, all that shit. But you know me, and you know what I look at. And as far as I'm concerned, that is not a Namo bottom. It just isn't. Ain't no fucking way that's the bottom. That does not mean that it can't start rallying or chopping around. Look, if they're gonna do this shit, it's gonna be hard. Except for when we discover when the BIX1D is gonna be our party ticket. Right now, it's got a gap to the upside. We gotta watch that gap. It needs to go and fill this gap before the bottom is in. So Monday, Tuesday, look guys, you could catch insane puts. You could, but we also gotta be on watch and see when this goes. That's a hammer candle. Now, I personally would love a gap and crap on Monday, send it down, and then start ripping it up. Because remember, Monday we don't have any data really. It's gonna be a news narrative day. We'll find out what our narrative is. The Trump administration decided, because Jensen has been playing ball and they need to drop that news right here. That, oh, we're thinking about H200, but no, Blackwell, so this and that. Bullshit. Come on, think. Faded the whole move. That is them saying that's gonna happen. They need it to happen. You cannot fucking be Mr. AI and not have that happen. Goes without saying. But as you've seen this week, Apple did not get fucking mauled to death. So they are rotating money. Look at this shit. Never even lost that week. It's got some ugly targets though. It's got a new ghost candle that goes all the way down to 259. Okay, so we know Apple needs to, it's got one there and I have an old one right there too. Apple needs to revisit here. That can happen. That's a nice short. I mean, how much more are you gonna punish Meta until it's like, okay, so what was all of this about, right? Will it defend this gap here or not? So there's plenty of opportunity. I'm gonna approach this week with no bias, but I do think that besides a day like that, your downside is gonna be limited. Monday, best chance to fucking puke. And the reason is the narrative and it's the data, right? So Monday, nothing. Tuesday, pre-market PPI. Okay? Forecasted to come in at 0.5. Now let's take a look here. They are forecasting it to come in hot as fuck. Higher than May and all of that. Now, if that can come in cool, major rally, in my opinion. Okay, nobody will even care about retail sales, which should probably look pretty decent. So, if we end the day can have the sky falling Monday, that's your entry. If that is not it, and that doesn't happen, that could be a pullback too. Wednesday, you got durable goods. Now, they originally had core PCE coming out here. Not a thing, right? So then Wednesday, then Thursday, nothing happening. It's Tofurkey Day while Japan lets us know what's cooking inside of the turkey. And Friday is a half day with some bogus. And then next week, it's the narratives after that. Then it's December. It's going to be all about the Fed cut and blah, 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 blah. So expect volatility big time, okay? When you're watching and trading the market, use the tick to see if the candles have juice or not, okay? Watch the VIX again. We had the new moon on the 19th. That is no accident that we had that happen right there, okay? So again, here's the daily GAN went up. That actually ended up being down, went up, down, down. Usually these windows, again, that one ends on December 4th. I don't know what the fuck happens on December 4th, but if we can't get a reversal in the next few weeks here, you probably do something like this and then get that NAMO. This is everything. You need this to bottom out, okay? That could qualify as one, but like I'm a little sketched. And how could you not be sketched out? You need to be sketched out when you enter this market. We're not trading no fucking $2-3 range. We're trading $20 ranges and $20 premium ranges. So when you're in them, please watch how fast they decay those 20s and the range gets smaller and smaller and smaller and then roll to the next day. Okay? Like it's crazy. These went from 15 cents, I believe they were, to 150 and then done, death forever. Okay? All right, guys. I know besides, more plays, people want, what do you think Tesla is gonna do? I don't give a fuck about Tesla right now. I really don't. I hope it does well. If it does well, I'll jump on it. That's a gross looking bear flag forming. Like, you know, we're under the daily 89. That did save SPY the other day, right? And another thing here. If you can't fucking start recovering, there's the daily 50. Here's the daily 89. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days under the 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a big fucking candle. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So like, we need to pay attention, be in and out of the market as little as you can. Try to get those fear moves in when the juices are flowing. Okay, don't be the turkey that gets stuffed and turns into a tofurkey. Everybody's wondering what the fuck Baba is still doing up here. Well, again, look at that, beautiful. MSTR, bro. They're literally gonna get kicked out of the S&P 500. Will I buy it here? Yeah, if I can. Who uses Coinbase? Not me. Just saying. Great to trade though. Google, new market leader. Look at that shit. Oh, bearish week last week? Oh, well, does Google give a fuck? No, it doesn't. See what I'm saying? Like, they're moving money around. Said this last week. Why the fuck is Lilly up here? But soon, I mean, you could get the healthcare short of all time when they take the healthcare money and stick it into, I don't know, fucking Meta that's gone down the same amount as Lilly. So follow the rotation. Keep it up. Okay, if Nvidia's earnings are so fucking good, how come AMD sold like that? Okay, Robinhood has shaved a fucking third of its value. What's changed? The rotation has changed. Okay? Am I shocked that QBTS is not a $46 stock anymore? No, I'm not. Follow the money. Or if that seems like it's too fucking much, which I'm sure it is, keep to just fucking scalp this shit. I mean, that's what we did. Yes, did I sell my puts early? Okay, too fucking bad. That was Thursday. Guess what? I had plenty of moves on Friday, and I had a great fucking day. Why? Because that was Thursday. Then we already traded Friday. Now what's Monday gonna do? Right? Okay. Does it matter when I'm scalping here if the market's going to 400 or 800? No, it doesn't. Unless you're buying shares. My market's right here. Is this gonna hold? Okay. Another trick here. Why did I take calls here? Because it was the same exact setup that triggered this sell. But they had already done the sell, so it was fucking probable that they were gonna bounce it here. What do I mean? 5-minute chart comes from the Bollinger into the 50, pierces the Bollinger Band, doesn't bounce, fucking brutal but controlled selling. 5-minute chart, pierced Bollinger, didn't go anywhere, so I know it needs a fake breakdown. Comes down into the 50, pierces the Bollinger Band, goes up. Okay? Just as an example. Hopefully you're fired up for next week. I am, and I know it's gonna be absolutely crazy on Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday and Friday. And on half days and days with no on trades, like on Friday, they on no volume move this market a lot. So please be aware that it is a very big possibility. Also, for you volume lovers, look at that fucking volume. So most of the sales been done. Even that Friday candle is pretty decent. Okay, God bless, love you all. I have a very busy week next week. I have fucking insane busyness Christmas weekend, the week after Christmas. I will be on as much as possible. I will give you my all, everything I see. I will give you the plays and all of that. I'm hoping not. There might be time here and there where I can't be on all the time, but I think I will be able to. But I just wanted to put it out there as you know, a maybe. And let's hope Bitcoin rips so that I can get some nice juice on my 665 calls on Monday, because again, I think we need to now, since we've lost this trend line, need to at some point go and revisit it. We're gonna fucking move it right now, actually, if we can, without disturbing it too much. We need to go test and see if we can reclaim it. And again, you rally to trend lines, you don't rally through them, you rally to them or you gap over them. Trend lines to the downside, you can bounce over them, but you can lose them. All right, God bless.